Welcome, core coaching community. I'm so excited to be here. I wanted to take some time to introduce you to my friend Jeanette Martin. She is wonderful. She's going to be speaking in our summit coming up, and I wanted you to have a chance to meet her, learn from her, get to feel her energy that I love so much. And so, without further ado, I just wanted to introduce you to Jeanette. Hello, Jeanette.
Hello, Kevin. How art thou today?
Doing good. Doing good.
I often say there's two different ways that you can respond to that question. How art thou? You can either come back with thou aren't art, because you're not art, you're Kevin, but you are a work of art. Or thou is fine today, if we go back to the old English that we all pretend to practice every once in a while. So
it's a Canadian thing. No.
Yeah, it's a Canadian A. Let's see how many of your visitors count the number of times I say A, because apparently I don't know when I say it. And the amount of times I say sorry as well. I'm so glad to be chatting with you today. It's a beautiful sunshiny day where I live in my little cottage in the acres. And I think why that word art is really coming to mind for me right now is I surround myself in my home with so much artwork, and to be the steward of somebody else's artwork. And I love books. So to me, whenever I learn something, I become a steward of that new knowledge. It's not my knowledge. It's somebody else's experience, somebody else's life, somebody else's, trials and tribulations or exaltations. Ooh, there's today's big word. Use it in a sentence. And it does the world no good if I just keep it all to myself. Yeah. So in this last couple of days, it's just been feeling like, wow, we're surrounded with incredible art that is being delivered through people in our lives right now.
And I love that you say that, because you're like a master connector, and that's your big deal. You're a social media guru, and we got connected through a mutual colleague, and I love what you're going to be sharing on the summit, because it just embodies who you are as a person, and just who you are and how you love to connect with people, and it just makes so much sense. And I'd love to talk just for a few minutes about that. You talk a lot about connection. You talk a lot about how to use social media, not in the way everybody thinks, but really more old school marketing. So I'd love to hear more about that and kind of your expertise on this, because I love listening to you.
Oh, thank you. Tune in to Radio Jeanette today at 1:15.
That's right. That's right.
I am old school. Last week, you helped me celebrate my friends that I turned 57 last week. Oh my gosh, weeks are years now in my world. And I have chosen the profession as being a customer service person or sales. And I think back in the day, dialing it back in the mid 80s when I went to high school and then was figuring out what I wanted to do with my life, it's like, okay, you go to school to be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer. And I made a very conscious choice when I had my first interaction working at a part-time job as a salesperson in ladies clothing fashion. It's like, wow, there's a great jam for this. And I was trained by the best way back when. I've worked for some fashion places, some hardwood floor places, Staples, Starbucks, a little plug there. But they always taught people really well that 5-step successful selling. And every book is really written about it. Some people have put a couple of extra steps in there, but really it is that 5 steps of really engaging and getting to know your customer. And way back when in the fashion industry, and I was just having this conversation, Kevin, with somebody earlier today, I said, remember us in retail of days gone by, it took years to learn about our customers. Like it took years for that lady, especially in fashion, to tell us her real size and tell us her real colors and what she did on the weekend and who her husband was and what her kids did. So we could figure out what we had in our store that could make her life better in the way of clothing. So now fast forward to how I teach people and to use the social media platforms, and the only word that comes to mind right now is smarmy way, if that's a word, is to truly look holistically at the person.
Yeah.
at the background. Like you're looking at my background. I'm in my kitchen and I've got like crazy things on my counter, and I've got, a funky little curtain that I've created in order to block out the sun. Is looking at each other
Yeah.
holistically
Yeah.
when we're using social media.
I
And
love it.
then looking at it in such a way of, okay, so what do I have in my world, my life, my story, my art that will fit into their life?
Yeah.
But you have to do that beforehand, the 5 steps to successful selling. And the first of all is we all put up beautiful window dressing behind our glass.
Yep.
And we don't do anything with it.
Yep. I really love that about you, because it's like, you're a very successful business owner. You've been doing this for a long time, and it's like, you don't care about the glamour, looking good, look at me, look at all this stuff. It's like, you have a huge network, you have a very successful business. And yet for a lot of people on social media, it's always like, I need to look really good. I need to look put together. I need to have the fanciest website. I need to have the fanciest thing. And you build all your business by creating real relationships and really connecting with people. And you have a network all over the world. And I just love that authenticity. And I think it's really important, because I think so many entrepreneurs get burned out because they can't just be real. They can't just show up like this and just be like, hey, I'm in my kitchen. This is where I choose to do the interview today. It's totally all right. I love it.
And to know the humanity that
Yeah.
is sitting in front of this screen.
Yeah.
And the woo-woo and the science part of somebody looking at a post and giving you a thumbs up, recognizing they exchanged, whether, and I train customers, or train my clients to, okay, you read out your post and have somebody time you. Because of course, have somebody time you. So it's like, okay, that took about 15 seconds or 30 seconds for me to read it out. Okay, so that person is exchanging 30 seconds of their life to read something about you and your good stuff. And the serotonin kicked the adrenals to pick up their hand and hit the like button. We used to show that by getting in our cars. We read a flyer, we got in our cars, we drove to the store, and we just hoped somebody said hello when we opened the door.
That's right.
Now, the same reaction is happening is, oh my gosh, that person exchanged 30 seconds of their life reading something that I'm offering to the world.
That's right.
Giving me a thumbs up, giving me great grammar, right? I'm not a copywriter, people. I'm a talker, a real life talker. And that for you to come back, and especially this is the key thing. Here's a little juicy tip for everybody out there. When you take a look at the thumbs up, or over on Instagram, you've got the heart, and you hit it, and you can see everybody's names, right? That gave you, their name comes up. Clicking over onto their profile, and if their privacy settings aren't tight, or sometimes on Instagram it's not, but looking over at their profile, your avatar, if you're really clear with who you want to have your products and services, and you look at all the pictures, like you, Kevin, you're a coach, and you look at that person's profile, oh, they're out for a walk, they've got a dog, oh, they're eating healthy, look at all the cool books in the background that they're reading, they're reading right now, oh, and everything's very organized on their life. That's my customer. Can you imagine if you came back and went, thank you so much for liking my stuff? It would have taken me 2 years to learn that when I was first in retail a long time ago.
Wow. That's really important what you just said there. And it's just like, it's slowing down and looking at the small micro, little things that we do. And this is why I just love what you're teaching. And I love what your business is all about, because it is forgotten. This is the forgotten art of real communication and building connection with people. I mean, just that right there. I mean, you're so right. It's like, I'm like, we talk about this all the time in our classes and stuff too, where it's just like, we want to have an audience of 100 people. And yet if you had 3 or 4 really great people in front of you that were listening to you and that wanted to hear from you, hallelujah, right? We don't have to have an audience of 1,000 people.
Can I manage 1,000 customers?
No.
But can I manage, 20, 30 good quality customers? Absolutely. So this is the analogy I love to give to people when it comes to what you're essentially doing when you like. You're going to the glass of that person's storefront.
Yeah.
You're putting your nose to the window and you're saying you like it.
Yeah.
So if you were a business in reality and you saw somebody standing at your window,
right,
putting their nose to their window, would you not get off your tushy and go to the door and open it up and say, thank you for standing there.
Yeah.
Welcome. What
Amazing.
is it about it, what I'm doing? And this is
amazing,
which is right in front of us. Kevin, I truly believe at my core that these are tools, that there are people out there that want us to be successful. Thank goodness I didn't have to invent Zoom or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or anything. There's somebody out there that made this tool, but it's now my job to take that tool and build a relationship versus building a recliner.
That's right. I just love it. It's so right. And it's just like you and I kind of are on that same old school, like we have to build connection. And it's like, we're always against the social media craze and, all of this. And it's just like, if we can just slow people down and just look at what's right in front of them, just like you say, and it's just like, start engaging, start talking to people. Don't be afraid to get out there and have communication and just be yourself and have fun. Right.
Yeah.
You embody that. And I love that. And I love your energy. I was so glad that we were introduced from a mutual contact. And so to go on with that, and you've already given like a really big insight. I think that's really kind of crazy. Not that I'm surprised, but so you're going to be speaking on the summit. You're going to be given kind of a lot of tools about social media. So can you just kind of give the audience kind of an idea of what kind of secrets and tips and tools and things that you're going to be sharing with them on the summit?
Absolutely. I'm going to apply a lifting up to the group. And that stands for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Get really clear on what you want to use these tools for till you get your network to help you to get your goals in life. And it's about using them I call myself a social media whisperer, to whisper out about what you do. Because Kevin, isn't it like right now, what you just shouted out about me, I couldn't write those words to make my credibility go through the roof.
That's right.
So it's about whispering out what you do, so other people can come along underneath it and go, wow, Jeanette, that was impactful. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be teaching. It's lifting up other people before you lift up yourself.
Yep. And I love that. I think it's so important. And I think the one thing that I've really learned from that, again, I was kind of reminded in the last year about networking, especially with the pandemic and having to, come back to reality, was that I really do want to help people, and yet I have to make a business. And it was always like, make money, make money, make money, make money, right? Instead of like, grow my network, grow my network, grow my network, build these summits, build and put myself around amazing people that we can help each other. And I tell you, my whole life is different because I'm around people that I absolutely love being around. We help each other, we support each other, and it just gives back. It just happens. It just like things just happen.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing that an analogy I came up with a couple weeks ago about that word network. You gotta build the net. You gotta take the time to weave and knot that, with all your experiences, that net. Yep. You gotta do the work. So throwing it out. Yep. And when you pull that back in, you got to weed through the garbage don't put garbage in the ocean, but we got to weed through that garbage. Yep. We have to sort the fish, grade the fish, throw the fish back we don't need, and we truly only eat one fish at a time.
Yep. So right. You're so right. You're so right. And I love the systems. I'm excited for what you're teaching because I know a little bit about what you're teaching, and you showed some of your insights to me. And I'm just really excited for you to share this with the group because it's what I believe in as well. And, just with social media craze, it's like we can learn to use these tools that doesn't break the bank, right? We can learn to leverage it in a way that doesn't, just pay money out all the time, right? Because I've had, my own history with social media and all of that kind of stuff, and just trying to embrace it and try to use it in a way that's empowering and, like you say, lifting up and building a network and creating So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about your share. I'm really excited about you being a part of the group. We have an amazing group of people that are coming on this summit. Any last words that you would like to share with everybody before we say goodbye today?
I would like to say that no, I did not get a memo to wear blue today, but I did wear blue because I keyed into what Kevin's all about today. I just want you to pause and take a look at the photographs that are out there on your social media platforms and look at truly who the person is, what they're doing, where they are in their life, why they, and when they wanted to share that, and the why. And when you're able to really answer those questions in your head, that will kick your adrenals to want to show them some love.
Yep.
If you can't get a clear picture with those answers, please don't give them a thumbs up or thumbs down or cry face, because truly you have no emotion to exchange with that person.
I like that. Yeah, instead of just like blindly just hitting things. Yeah, just take a second, right?
Yep.
I mean, imagine that. Imagine if we really slowed down like that and just really actually like looked people in the face and said, hey, I'm here. I really care what you're saying, right? And even just a sentence of like, wow, that touched me a certain way, or wow, that was really a nice share. And it's like we get so busy in like productivity and like, who's my next client, instead of like, hey, you're a person.
Absolutely. I am the mayor of my own authenticity.
Yeah. Authenticity. I like that. You're great. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Jeanette. Thank you so much for taking time with me today and introducing yourself and being on here. Look out, if you haven't had the chance yet to register for our summit. It's completely free summit, no strings attached. You get to come and learn. You'll have opportunities to do other things with us if you choose, but this is an absolutely free event. It's a networking opportunity. You're going to be introduced to some of my favorite people that I've gotten the chance to meet, successful business owners, authors, writers, podcasters, you name it, executive coaches, social media experts. And for the opportunity for you to dig in for 2021, it's dream, believe, create something big. Really put yourself out there this year, and we are all coming together in this collaboration to help support you. So we're really excited. I'll drop the links below. Check it out, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks so much for coming, Jeanette.